first get into photography initially?
Ever since I was little, like I always loved taking pictures. I always had a camera. Back when I was little, it was a camera. So play with those. And then, so I just dabbled in it, but like I really got serious about it. It was probably like back in 2015 because my kids, so at around that, they were probably like 4 and 2 around that time.
Oh,
and,
wow.
Yeah, so my husband, we went to Target. It's funny because like I'm gonna be a photographer, or like, oh, I could do that as like a living, you know?
Yeah.
So when we went to Target, there was a Nikon D3100 DSLR and on sale for like $200. So my husband was like, "Oh my God, look, this is like a pretty good deal for this camera."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh, I'm like, I don't know how to shoot a manual, you know? I don't know how to do all those buttons and stuff." I'm like, I was a point girl, so
yeah.
He was like, no. He's like, "Oh, it's a great deal." He's like, "Oh, you know, you're home now. Just when the kids are, you know, watch a couple videos or, you know, practice and stuff." So I was like, you know, that's a good, I've always liked it. Like, it's always been fun for me. So I said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and start with that. Then I started, of course, going on YouTube, following all these photographers, and then just anything I needed to learn, like how to use, I just literally just YouTube, how to shoot in manual. What is ISO or...
That's where it starts.
Yeah, exactly. So then I got the camera, so then I started practicing, and then I started, like I'm sure every photographer's seen it or heard it when you first start out, shoot your friends, shoot your family. So, and that's how it started. So I started shooting everybody I knew who's willing to model for me. And then I got the hang of my camera, and I was like, oh, okay. I'm confident enough now. And then it just started word of mouth. So now, like, my brother would tell his friend, and then that somebody, and then I started booking. Okay.
Sweet. Well, that's really awesome. So it started like spreading like wildfire, and word of mouth, everyone was like, okay, if you need photos, go to Meg. How is it being a wife, a mom, entrepreneur, and a business owner?
It's a little bit of everything. Always feeling that you haven't done enough, when you feel like you do too much, but so yeah, it's all over the place, but it's like, it's worth it. Yeah. It's like, okay, I may have done 5 things, but those 5 things took me all day, and I got them done. And even though I didn't finish my list mentally, nothing, everybody's happy. So
it's great to know I'm not the only one with that long mental list. Like, I gotta get all this stuff done in one day, only 24 hours. It's so hard.
Yeah, the biggest thing that's helped me is writing a list of like what needs to be done, at least for like the week, like the most important things that need to be done that week. And put everything in order as far as what goes most important to least important, what things, you know, can wait, that doesn't have to be done. Just setting a schedule also. He has a schedule, and he works different hours, different days sometimes. Then the kids have their schedule with sports and school. Then I have my schedule as far as I have editing or shoots that I can speak. Map out everything and try to fit it together like a puzzle.
It's like, let me take these off your hands.
You don't need these.
Oh, man.
But yeah, just trying to schedule and just put some kind of order for everything so that nobody gets left behind.
Nobody gets left behind.
Find or create balance in your life as a busy mom.
Well, for the most part, we try to have like weekends for family stuff, because my husband's off on the weekends, the kids, of course, because of their school schedule. Yeah. But it's like, that's sometimes my busiest time because everybody wants pictures on the weekends.
Exactly.
What I'll try to do is like, I'll try to book shoots like early in the morning or later in the evening. Not like, I try to avoid like smack middle of the day unless I absolutely have to.
Right.
and I get most of the time with them. Yeah, because in the summer, it's horrible.
Yeah, it's relentless.
That's one of the things I tell clients too. I'm like, you don't want to be sweating your pictures. I'm melting.
So would you say that this career, you know, being a freelance photographer affords you more time with your family?
Yeah. Really does, because before I did photography, I had a job that I was working 12 hours. I had 12-hour shifts.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And then even when I changed from 12 hours to 8 hours, it was just like, I felt like I didn't spend enough time with my family.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, the weekends home, it was like, you have to go, you know, get the kids ready, go to bed, and then start over again. And it just, yeah. So as far as being freelance photographer now, I can pretty much set my schedule.
Yeah.
And do what works for me, or like, oh, husband, he takes this day and he can put in to have it off, or oh, you know, the kids out, I need to, you know, pick them up early for an appointment or whatever the case is. And so it's like, it's more of an open schedule. So, which is, of course.
So how are you a present mom? What are some ways that you make time for your boys?
Well, we just started doing this, me and my husband, so that both of us can have more time with the boys. Like probably like about 6 months ago, we said we're gonna start doing dates with the boys. So, you know, it's 2 of us, and then I have 2 boys. So I'll go with my oldest son one day, and then we'll just say, okay, I'll tell him, oh, where do you want to go eat dinner? You know, what stores you want to go to. So it'll just be me and him, and we'll do a little date, and we'll go do something fun or whatever he wants to do, go to his favorite restaurant. And then of course, you know, all kids love to go shopping. So they'll go, you know, since they love to go shopping and buy toys. So I'll say, oh, let's go to Five Below and, you know, get whatever you want, or and then, you know, the next time we'll switch out. I'll take my other son, and my husband will take the oldest one. Mm-hmm. And then we get our one-on-one time, you know, that makes them feel special. Mm-hmm. And then things that they want to do and, you know, that they're interested in. So
I think that's really cool that you and your husband actually implement that, so they have quality time with the both of you. And, you know, having 2 kids, you can split up, like one goes with mom, one goes with dad, and neither one of them feels like, you know, well, I want to hang out with, you know, mom and dad too, but, you know, you probably alternate. Well, I don't know how you guys do it, but so each, you know, doesn't feel left out or whatever. So do your sons understand when you're working, you're, like editing photos, or have to go out on a gig, or is it hard for them to understand sometimes?
They understand for the most part that, oh, mommy has to go to work, and sometimes they're just like, okay, bye. And then other times they're like, no, just stay home and just stay with us. So then I'll tell them, I'll be like, oh, well, you know, I have to go to work. I'm like, if you want more Pokemon cards, or if you want to eat McDonald's, you know, I have to go get some money. I have to go work so that we can do the fun things. And then they're like, oh, okay, well, then, yeah, you can go. They're okay with it. Also too is that, you know, depending on the shoot or, you know, where it's at, I'll take my kids with me. I'll take one of them at a time, and they'll be like my little. So, and then I'll tell them, I'll be like, oh, you work for me today, you know, oh, okay, I'll pay $5 for today, but you have to hold my reflector, camera bag, or, you know, if you see that somebody's shirt is, you know, crinkled up or something, fix their shirt. See something on the shirt, go ahead and take it off. So I just didn't teach them how to put the money too. So then they're like, oh, you know, that wasn't so bad. Okay. And they don't mind working.
So what's a typical day like for you, taking care of your boys and taking care of your business? I know they're in school, so you probably have some leeway, but what is a typical day like?
Oh yeah, in the mornings, it's hectic getting the boys ready for school, getting in the backpacks, lunch is ready. getting them in the car, waking them up.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go, everyone. School, let's go.
Once they're in the car, I take them to school,
Mm-hmm.
drop them. So then I have that, was it like 6-7 hours period it is that they're in school. And so when they're at school, that's when I try to do any editing that I have to do for photo shoot. Because I can get a lot of editing done during those hours that they're at school and my husband's at work.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So it's like, it's me time. It's like, that's like my golden hour of working is when everybody's at school and at work. So then I'm working, doing whether it's editing or returning emails or creating invoices or setting up galleries, you know, any. I try to do that during that period while everybody is working or at school. And then of course, when everybody gets home, I go pick up the boys. Some days it's later because they have sports. Some days they come home a little earlier, but then get them in the shower, get them, push them along. They pretty much do a lot of stuff on their own and they're pretty independent, but I still have to be on them.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, are you done? Are you in the shower? What's taking so long? Come on. Once they're in the shower, then I start cooking dinner, doing homework, signing any paperwork for school or whatever projects they may have or anything. Because once both of your kids are in school, you're going to see it's going to be even more hectic because there's always something going on in school. Like it's some type of spirit week or it's teacher appreciation or bring your favorite book, you know, so it's always like you have to figure out something with school. So then it's like after everybody eats, schoolwork is done, everybody relaxes for a little bit, watches TV, and then it's like bedtime. And then when they go to bed, if I still have like 1 or 2 little things left of the day that I was in the middle of doing, I try to finish up.
What do you do when you actually encounter burnout though? When you've overworked yourself?
Oof, yeah. Yeah, because you get so tired of just staring at a computer.
Yeah.
So I have to see another picture or fix somebody's skin again or their eyes or teeth or whatever. You're like, no, I'm just over it.
Yeah.
But when I have like those days, or it's like I have to tell myself, I'm like, I have to take a break. I need to just get up, get away from the computer, even if it's like even 15 minutes or half an hour. Like a half an hour is like usually good for me. Just take a 30-minute break, get a snack, or watch a show or something that's totally has to do with photography. And or play with my kids even, or see what they're up to, and just walk away from it for a minute and then go back to it. Then it's like, oh, I feel like with fresh eyes, but it's like I have to take a break. I have to go do something else before getting back into working or having to do, you know, editing, or knowing that I'm going to be on the computer for like a long time because I have work that has to be done.